I know. So let's go to Baylor. I know you had some thoughts on them, so let's bring that up.
I do. Listen, I think, Rob, and I know this might be a hot take, but it shouldn't be. I think now, after Baylor has beaten the hell out of everybody in a Big 12 that is pretty darn good, and they just beat a Big 12 team. I know it's not a good one, but they beat a Big 12 team by 48 points. It is time, Rob Dauster, to put Baylor in the exact same sentence conversation as the Gonzaga Bulldogs. We have had Gonzaga at 1, Baylor at 2 all year long. Now is the time that you got to put them together. Gonzaga and Baylor, period, are the 2 front runners for the national title. And here's why I think Baylor, I don't think it's been talked about enough. I think Baylor is on such a mission after last season, having the NCAA tournament scrapped. Pretty much this whole team came back for the most part. And they've all got that taste in their mouths. They came back. Their chemistry is elite level. You could see it. I mean, they're all playing for each other. They don't care who scores. Last night it was everybody. But it was Davion Mitch. I mean, it was 20-2. It was 38-5. It was 44-9. And the final was 107-59. I mean, it was a complete thrashing from start to finish. This Baylor team has everything, Rob. What they have that Gonzaga doesn't, they've got an elite defense.
Yeah. I mean, so I agree with you, but I've thought that we've had Baylor and Gonzaga basically in the same conversation all season.
No, I don't think anybody has. You have not. You have not given them the same credibility that you have given the boys in Spokane. You haven't.
Okay, so how do you define giving Baylor their credibility? Literally everybody in this that covers the sport of college basketball has said that Baylor and Gonzaga are in a tier all their own. A lot of people have said it's probably Gonzaga 1 and Baylor 1A.
Everybody said it's Gonzaga 1. Everybody has said it's Gonzaga 1, and then
I still think that it probably is Gonzaga 1 because if you look at the high end of the talent that they have, right? Who's the first player that you're picking, right?
I might pick Jared Butler. First.
If you would take Jared Butler playing at his best over Jalen Suggs playing at his best. I don't think that you would because you're talking about Jalen Suggs being the number 1 pick. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is recency bias. Either way, I get what you're saying. I think that Gonzaga has a higher ceiling than what Baylor does. I think that they are good enough where when they are playing their best, their guards can win even against the defensive monsters that you have on Baylor. Now, that said, I would put this at like a 1 point, like call Gonzaga a 1 point favorite on the neutral court. So I'm not saying that they're way better than Baylor. And I'm saying that both of these teams on the neutral court are going to be like 7 to 8 point favorites over anybody in the country. So like that, and I felt that way since I don't know, for a while, right? Like
I'm just going to give you the numbers to support my argument.
We're not arguing. I'm telling you that you are saying that people are viewing this as something that it's not because everybody's had Baylor and Gonzaga as 1 and 1A for like months.
But 1 and 1A would be if I looked it up right now, and Gonzaga is plus 275 right now on the book I'm looking at to win it all. If it was 1 and 1A. It would be Gonzaga at plus 275 and Baylor at like plus 325. Agreed? Well, it's Baylor at plus 450. That's a gap. It is.
It's a small gap, but
if
you're saying that there's value on Baylor as the champion, then yes, you're probably right. At plus 450, there's value on Baylor as a national champion. I think all the value has been bet out of Gonzaga, and honestly, like plus 275. That's way, way, way too low in an era where it's like one positive test for like right. On.
Agreed. This year, yes, you're not taking that. You're not taking that.
What is the same number right now?
Agreed. I totally agree.
The other part of it, the problem with going strictly based off of Vegas futures is that for a while everybody started pouring money on Gonzaga, so sure. The books had to drop the line to the point where. No one's putting money on it anymore because they're overextended on it.
They are. Listen, again,
for other people to balance it out.
I'm not hammering Gonzaga here at all. I'm just saying I think it is time that we give Baylor the respect that the Bears deserve, Rob Dauster, and you just continuously disrespect them.
You're saying what everybody else has been saying for the last 2 months. So
This is not true.
Congratulations on figuring out that Baylor's actually good. Can I get a round of applause?
All right. I want you to say it before we finish this segment. I would like you to say Baylor. I put Baylor at exactly the same spot that I value Gonzaga.
I don't. I just told you I think Gonzaga is, if they play it on a neutral court, Gonzaga is at 1 point.
I proved my point.
So,
I proved my point today.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
Okay. I did.
A 1 point favorite means they're in the same conversation. You're acting like everybody thinks that if Gonzaga played Baylor tomorrow, if that game actually happened, that everyone would be saying that Gonzaga is like a 5 point favorite. That's not
they'd be a 3 point favorite.
Maybe by the time that it all comes out, but like even if you look at like KenPom, I think it would be the KenPom basically has them at the same number. And you hate KenPom. So all you're doing,
love Kenny Palm. I quote Kenny Palm now in my column.
As a matter of fact, do you know who KenPom has as the number 1 team in the country right now?
Baylor.
Yes.
Yeah, so well, KenPom's smarter than you.
Now
he's smarter than you.
I'm on to you. No, you saw this on KenPom this morning.
No, I'm looking right now as we speak.
Stand.
Kenny Palm. Look at this. My man.
I do not believe it. We figured it out, guys. All right, there's the answer.
That's right. I'm a closet KenPom guy.
Closet KenPom stand. There you go. You know what it was? You know what got you there?
What?
About KenPom's thrill scores. That's what got you there.
Yeah, speaking of which.